So Selenium, let me give a quick revision on the entire Selenium, what we have learned. As we know, Selenium is made for browser-based application testing. Nowadays, business application, mostly web applications, mobile applications. Selenium do not support mobile application testing. What is the tool in the market for testing mobile applications? Mobile interface is not a HTML page. The mobile interface is not a HTML page. Hence, Selenium do not support mobile apps testing. There is a tool in the market for doing mobile application testing. What is the tool name? No idea? APM. Right. APM is a free plugin for Selenium and Java, which can be used to test mobile applications. If you talk about APM learning, like Selenium, we need to learn about another 45-50 days to learn only APM. Like finding the elements, operations, everything is quite different. Like Selenium classes, Selenium methods we have learned. There are so many classes, so many methods available in the APM to perform mobile application testing. So as these class audience are freshers and up to 3 years of experience, so initially you no need to focus on APM. Once you started your career, in future you may enhance your skills to go for mobile application testing with APM. Got it? So we have ETL testing, mobile application testing with APM, performance testing with load runner, JMeter. There are many tools in the market, but according to the job market, as 90% of the job market is available in both manual and automation with Selenium skill. Hence, in this training, we have focused only on majorly 2 areas, manual testing and Selenium for test automation. Right. As Selenium is a web application-based testing. What about Windows application? If you want to automate some Windows application operation, what we can use?
AutoIT,
SQL, WebDriver. There are so many things available, but preferred and mostly used one is AutoIT in the industry, which is a very easily usable tool for automating desktop application, that is Windows application. For Windows application automation, AutoIT. For mobile application automation, APM. For web application automation testing, we can use Selenium. Not only Selenium, there are other products in the market. Tell me a few. And also this Selenium will support only automation. Majorly for automating regression testing areas in a product, we go for Selenium. Not only Selenium, we have QTP, Tosca, Renorex,
RFT,
Test Partner, Test Complete, Rational Functional Tester, IBM tool, Silk Test, OATS, Oracle tool, VSTS, Microsoft tool. There are many tools in the market, but mostly used one is Selenium, which is an open source and free product. Rest all the products in the market are commercial product, licensed products. Right. Coming to any functional testing tool, we have to make a tool to identify the element and interact with the elements. In manual testing, we communicate with the elements, correct? We perform some actions on the elements. We enter username, we enter password, we click submit button, we select a value from a drop-down list, we pick a date from a calendar. In manual testing, human will interact with the application. Here we are making some code, Selenium code, to interact with the application. If any tool, not only Selenium, any tool in the market, QTP, whatever, if a tool want to interact with your application under test, first your tool should be able to identify the elements present in our application. In order to identify the elements present in our application, Selenium provided some methods. What are the methods? How Selenium identify elements present in a web page?
Find
elements. In order to find the elements, Selenium needs some properties of the element. The Selenium offered 8 locators to identify the element. What are the 8 locators? ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, XPath, and CSS selector. Right. Find element. You are giving some properties to identify the element. What Selenium will do, as Selenium is a browser-based automation testing tool, any technology used to build a web application, browser finally converting the technology code into HTML page. Selenium will go to the inner HTML code. We are seeing the UI. But how Selenium works, it goes to the HTML page, HTML document. From the top of the HTML page, it will start locating the element, searching the element. The first element matching the given description will be identified by find element. Whatever the element identified will be stored in the Java memory. So here find element, return type is a web element. It identifies the very first web element matching the given properties. If there is no element matching the given description, given property, it throws an exception called no such element exception. Find elements. If you want to find multiple elements matching the given properties, then we go for find elements. The return type of the find elements is an array list of web elements, a list of web elements. Right. Now, export. Here, mostly we use ID property or name property to recognize the element. If the element do not have an ID, do not have a name, then we have to go for export. What is export? What is export?
Identifying the location.
Export stands for XML path, used to locate the element, identify the elements in a HTML document, in a web page. When to go for export? If the element do not have an ID, the element do not have a name, I decided let us go with some other properties to identify the element. Maybe title property, label property, H-reference property, value property. Any other property I want to use in Selenium to identify the element. But actually we have only 8 predefined locators. We don't have by value. We don't have by title. Why Selenium given only 8 locators? Because different elements will have different locators. If the Selenium Selenium people want to give all possible properties as predefined locators, hundreds of locators they have to give. So what they did, what are the commonly mostly used properties to identify the element are listed. They given as predefined locators, ID, name, tag name, class name. If you want to use any other property to make Selenium to find the element, they given only one option to you, Selenium end user, that is export. Any property of the element we can configure with export. We can also use multiple properties to identify the element. Property 1 and property 2. Property 1 or property 2. If the element properties are dynamically changing, using some export functions, we can make Selenium to find out the element whose property values are dynamically changing. What are the export functions available? Starts with contain. If the beginning property value is always constant, remaining value dynamically changing, we go for starts with function. Somewhere some value is constant, rest of the property value dynamically changing, then we go for contains function. Okay. If no properties are helping Selenium to find out the element, we can go for location of the element. In the location also we have 2 options again. What are the 2? Absolute location of the element called absolute export. Some part of the location of the element called partial export. The absolute export begins with a single / HTML. Any other expression of the export will begins with double /. Let us say I created some export expression. I define some export expression to identify the elements present in a page. I thought this is the property, these are the properties, or this is the partial export to identify the element. Before I put this export expression in my code, in order to determine the element or elements matching the given export expression, given properties, at UI level, at browser level, we have some options. Listen, the question is, at browser level, How you can decide these properties are enough to identify the element? Browser has some free plugins. TryXpath is a plugin for Firefox browser. ChromePath is a plugin for Chrome browser. After installing this TryXpath or ChromePath, whatever the XPath expression you have defined, you can give it, click execute. It will highlight the element or elements matching the given XPath expression. It will show in the results these many elements matching the given XPath expression, those elements get highlighted. So after you created some XPath expression, before you use in your code, first confirm at browser level with the help of the plugins, TryXpath or ChromePath, then using the code. That is a suggestion. CSS selector, another locator. It is also similar to the XPath. So finally, there are 8 locators available in the Selenium to find out the element: ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, XPath, and CSS selector. Here, link text and partial link text are the locators used to identify only links present in a page. Always the text visible on the link is constant, not changing. I go with the link text. Some part of the link text is constant, some part of the link text is dynamically changing, then I go for partial link text. Otherwise, there's a lengthy link name with white space and something like that. Supposing reset your forget password. Reset your forget password is a link text. Partial link text, forget I can use. In the entire link text, somewhere this value is available, identify the element. Or in the link text, before the link name, there are some white spaces. After the link name, there are some white spaces. So what I can do, if I go with the link text, I have to include even white spaces also in the link text in my Selenium code. In that scenario also I can go for partial link text. So together, find elements used to identify the elements present in a page. My question, find element. I given some properties. There are no elements matching the given properties. What happened? We get an exception?
No such element.
No such element exception. Right. I'm using find elements, given some properties, no properties matching the given description. I use find elements. What happened?
It returns empty list, sir.
It returns empty list. Perfect. It will not throw the exception. Find element will throw an exception if there are no element matching the given description. Find elements will not throw an exception, empty list. Nothing will be stored in the list. There will be nothing in the list. It will not throw the exception. Clear about it. Right. So later, coming to text box related operations we have learned. Okay, what are the various WebDriver methods? Mostly use WebDriver methods.
Send keys, click.
What are the, no, send keys is not a WebDriver method. Send keys is a web element method. WebDriver, browser level operation. Web element, each and every element level operation. Mostly we use these 2 classes. WebDriver, provided some common function, can be applicable at browser level. Web element provided some common methods which can be applied for any element displayed on the page. Chrome driver, Firefox driver, Safari driver, all are the implementation of the WebDriver.
Driver level.
WebDriver is a super class. Chrome driver class, Firefox driver class, Safari driver class, Internet Explorer driver class, all are the implementation of the superclass called WebDriver. Meaning, these classes are inheriting the properties of the WebDriver class. WebDriver provided some common functions related to the browser level. I want to access one application, get URL, navigate to other URL, back, forward, refresh, minimize, maximize, close. All such kind of common functions are available in the WebDriver. Navigation related, browser management related, browser settings related, and I want to capture the title of the browser window, get title. I want to capture the current URL, get current URL. I want to capture the window ID, get window handle. I want to capture multiple browser window IDs, get window handles. All browser level related operations are available inside a class called WebDriver. Web element. Text box is a web element. Button is a web element. Checkbox is a web element. Anything you see on a web page is called a web element. All web element common methods are available inside a class called web element. Click, send keys, get attribute, get text, is displayed, is selected. Such kind of functions are available inside a class called web element class. What is the difference between get text and get attribute? Another frequent asked question is, what is the difference between get text method and get attribute method?
Get text
Text
returns
is
only
displaying
text,
only
sir.
display the text.
The
sir.
Get
attributes
text
return any
capture
value.
only the text visible on the element. Get attribute will capture any specified property of the element. Get text can able to capture only text property of the element, whereas get attribute can be captured any specified property of the element. Value property I wanted, H reference property I wanted, title property I wanted, any other property I wanted, I can use get attribute. In order to capture the text of the web element, we can use a method called getText. Clear about this? Right. If you want to enter some data in a text box or any element you want to input some text, there is a method available in Selenium. What is that? Send keys.
Case.
Okay. I want to automate some keystrokes like pressing enter button, pressing escape button, pressing down arrow key, pressing up arrow key, F12, Alt, Control, Delete. What to do?
Automating mouse operations.
I'm not asking about mouse operation. I'm asking about keyboard operation.
Keyboard, sir.
Click, sir.
I want to automate some keystrokes. Pressing enter, pressing escape, alt button, F10 button. That's what I'm asking. Element dot, send keys, keys dot. It will show you all keyboard functions. Already I have shown you this.
Yes, sir. Keys.
Send keys. Keys is a enum dot. It will show you all keyboard function. Whatever the keyboard function you want to apply on the element, that you can choose. I just declared a variable of type web element. Element dot send keys. If I want to send some data, I'll send the data like this. The keystrokes we are supplying A, B, C, D. Keys dot, you see all the keyboard functions here. Enter, escape, function keys. All function keys, alt button, control button, down arrow key, everything. Any keyboard function can be automated by choosing appropriate one. Supposing I want to perform a enter action on the element wherever the focus is available. We can use like this. Now, how to handle Ajax component? First of all, what is Ajax component? Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, okay, fine. What actually it is? It is a web designing technique, web application designing technique, web application development technology, which asynchronously access the data from database without reloading a page, refreshing a page. In the backend, asynchronously it will access the data from databases without refreshing a page, without reloading a page. This is called, it is a web development technology. Supposing in Google, in Redbus, in most of the applications nowadays, when I key something, we are getting automatically some suggestions. So these kind of suggestions are nothing but Ajax components. Actually, all the suggestions are LI elements. By capturing the LI elements into the Java list, we can able to handle the suggestions. Okay. So what is the HTML tag name used to define a drop-down list? Actually, drop-down list, select. So what is the Selenium class used to interact with the drop-down list element? Select class also?
Select class.
Sorry. Select class. HTML tag name is select. Selenium class name also select. Okay. What are the major functions belongs to the select class? What are the major functions belongs to this Selenium select class? Select by index, select by visible text, select by value, and get options. In order to pick up a value from a drop-down list, we can use either select by index, select by value, or select by visible text. If I want to read all items available in the drop-down list, we can use get options. Right. Here, what is the return type of the get options? List of web elements. All option elements we can store into the Java list. The Java list or size will give you count of elements present in the list. I can use contains function to verify a particular item available in the drop-down list or not. You know, array list provide a method called contains will return true if the given element is available in the list, otherwise it will return false. I want to check all items are listed in ascending order or not. What to do? I want to write a script to verify all items are listed in ascending order or not. I already explained. Compare to. Compare to is a string class function which returns a differential ASCII code value between the two given string. If the second string is bigger than the first one, it will return a positive integer code. Small one, it will return a negative integer code. I have to read the second item, compare with the first item. Read the third item, compare with the second item. Read the nth item, compare with n-1 item. If always I am getting a positive integer, yes, the values are listed in ascending order. You refer the script, I already given the scripts. Right. So these are drop-down list related operation. Text box related operation, entering the data, send keys. Removing the data, clear. Fetching the data present in the text box. How? Get attribute of value. The data visible on a text box is a value property. Get attribute of value can be used to access, fetch the data present in a text box. Also we discuss about how to handle the suggestions that are Ajax component. Then we have discussed about drop-down list related operation. Selecting a value from a drop-down list, counting the number of items in a drop-down list, how to check a particular value present in the drop-down list or not, and how to verify the items are listed in ascending order or not. Checkbox related operation. Checkbox. Input is a HTML tag name used to create a checkbox. Type property value equal to checkbox. What are the operations carried out on the checkbox element? Click. And I want to check whether the checkbox is already selected or not. Is selected will return true. If the checkbox or a radio button is already selected, otherwise it will return false. Table related operation. Table is a tag name used to define the HTML tables. If the programmer wants to show list of employees, list of customers, list of trains, list of jobs, list of movies, whatever, they will go with a table concept. The table will have rows. TR is the tag name used to define the rows of a table. Each row will have the columns. TD is the tag name used to define the columns of a particular row. If I want to count the number of rows in a table, one page may have multiple tables. One page may have multiple tables. First, we have to make Selenium to identify the table first. First, we need to make Selenium to identify the table element. After finding the table element, capture all TR elements of the table into some Java list. These Java list or size will return you count of rows in the table. If I want to count the number of columns in a table row, capture all TD elements of a row into one Java list. These Java list or size will return you count of columns in the table. If I want to read the data present in a table, data are available in the form of TD element. Each TD element will have a text. Using get text property of the TD element, we can able to read the text displayed on the table. These are some table-related operations we have discussed, and we have worked out some examples on Rediff and IRCTC trains table, something like this. Then I discussed about other element, that is calendar element. How to select a value from a calendar component. Then, see, there are two types of calendars here. One calendar may have a drop-down list. Month and year can be selected from a drop-down list, and the date can be selected from a table. Other calendar, only when you click the next button, then only it will be moving on to the next month and next year. I think these two types of calendars I have demonstrated. Right. In this batch, yesterday, one student asked me about a calendar, booking.com, goibibo.com. Amol, you are available?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll explain. Let me finish up this. No, what is the issue you are getting on that calendar? One second.
Sir,
Let me check whether it is a HTML table or not. We said go EPBO. These are divisions. Inside the division, I'll do one thing. Maybe it is a Angular JS technology, latest technology they use. In place of table, they are using divisions here. But the concept is same concept. All divisions we need to capture. Instead of TD element, we need to capture div elements. Here the dates displayed in the form of div elements. I'll do one thing. I'll write the code to select the given date from this calendar. I'll send to you.
okay, sir.
Right. So we learned about, after learning the calendars, I discussed about how to automate the mouse operation, how to move the mouse over the element, how to perform drag and drop action, and how to perform the right click action we have discussed. So what is the class available in Selenium to automate mouse operations? Actions is a class name. The actions class provided some method, context click, double click, click, send keys, drag and drop, move to element, build and perform. After specifying any keyboard or mouse operation to be automated, finally we must use build and perform. Then immediately I have discussed about the frames concept, iframes concept. What is iframe? A HTML window inside another HTML window is called iframe. Initially, Selenium WebDriver focus available at the main window, but the element you are searching for available inside another inner HTML window. We have to move the driver focus to the iframe, then we have to make Selenium to identify the element. One page may have multiple frames. You can give either frame index, driver dot, switch to frame, either frame index, frame name, or any other properties to recognize the frame web element uniquely. Driver dot, switch to frame, frame index, frame name, or frame element. Now your Selenium will try to find out the elements inside a frame. Again, you want to come back to the parent window Every window will have a unique ID, window ID, divide out, switch to window, the window ID we have to give. After discussing about the frames, I discussed about the topic handling multiple browser windows. Initially, WebDriver focus available in the parent window, first window, whatever opened by the code. I performed some action on the first window, some other windows are opening. If I want to make Selenium to identify the elements available in the new tab open, new window open, we have to move the driver focus to the new window. Using divide out, switch to window ID we have to give. Every browser window will have a unique window ID. To capture the current window ID, there is a method in the Selenium WebDriver class. What is that? Get window handle will capture the current window ID, which is a string. This window ID will be dynamically changing. If I want to capture all browser window IDs open in the current session, we have another method. Get window handles returns a set of strings. This set you can convert to array. Then we can take the independent values, but actually two array return type is an array of type object, but we need a string. The object data type again we can convert to string so that you can able to switch between the required windows. After this, I discussed about a topic called how to handle the alerts, pop-up windows. Divide out, switch to alert. We have to move the driver focus to the alert. Alert class provided some methods: accept, dismiss, send keys, get text. Accept, we'll click the OK button, yes button. Maybe different alerts will have different text. Yes, no. OK, cancel. Confirm, cancel. Accept, yes, OK, confirm. Dismiss, cancel, no. There are generally in JavaScript, there are many ready-made alerts. Programmers will use some alerts. Yes or no. You want to delete this record? Yes or no. OK, no. OK, cancel. Accept will perform the first action, OK or confirm or yes. Dismiss will perform the second alternative action, cancel or no. I want to read the text to display on the alert. We have a method called get text. If the alert asking some input from you, we can use send case. Then later I have discussed about how to scroll a page. See, there are hundreds of JavaScript libraries for web application designing. Java is different, JavaScript is different. Any JavaScript function you want to call from the Selenium, there is an interface available in the Selenium called JavaScript executor. Provide a method, execute script, you need to call the JavaScript functions. Window.scroll by X coordinates and Y coordinates. If you want to scroll a page, either horizontally or vertically for specified number of pixels, I can use window.scroll by X, Y coordinates. I want to scroll a page up to visibility of some element, arguments of 0, scroll into view, second argument is the element. So finally we have an option here, scroll the page up to visibility of an element, scroll the page for these many pixels, either horizontally, vertically. If you want to call this kind of JavaScript functions, the Selenium provide a class called JavaScript executor, provide a method, execute script. If you want to capture the screenshot of a window, when the test case failed, when there is an exception coming, I want to capture the screenshot of the window. Selenium WebDriver provided a interface. What is the interface name? Take screenshot. Provide a method, get screenshot as. Wherever the driver focus available during runtime, that window will be captured as screenshot. The return type is output file. The output file present in the memory, I want to copy into the required location. Apache Free Software Foundation provided a small library called Apache Commons IO, which is used to perform some file and folder related manipulations. There is a class in Apache Commons IO library called file utils. There is a method available in the file utils class, copy file, which is used to copy the file from the memory to the specified location. Source file, memory file, destination file, where you want to copy. And also we have discussed about how to automate Windows application operation using AutoIT. This is our core Selenium training. How to interact with various elements present in web pages. First, we have started with browser operations. Then, all browser operations we have discussed. Then we have discussed about locators, find elements, then text box operation, drop-down list operation, link-related operation, table-related operation, calendar-related operation, checkbox element operation, radio button-related operation, multiple windows, alerts, frames, scrolling, screenshot, and automating Windows application we have discussed. Before we started learning this, we learned some Java basics like what is a variable, what are the data types, what are the reference data types, what is an array, what is an array list, if condition, switch case, while loop, do loop, for loop, and for each loop. Then we entered into the next level of training, that is advanced Selenium. Here first we have discussed about little object-oriented programming concept, user-defined classes. How to create user-defined classes. Java provided some predefined classes. Selenium provided some predefined classes and methods. Like, we can create our own classes for our project testing purpose. We have created some RNHRM project utility classes, library classes, and test case classes with some static and non-static functions. We created so many classes, right? App utils, Excel utils, RNHRM library classes with appropriate some static methods and some non-static methods. A class used to describe an object. A class will describe the properties and functionalities of an object. Properties are explained using variable, functionalities are explained using methods. These variables and methods are called class members. These class members are of two types, static and non-static. Also, we have discussed about the syntax of creating a method, and also discussed about when to go for static, when to go for non-static. When to go for static? Common utility functions like open a browser, delete the cookies, close the browser should be of type static. These functions can be used for any object. A function you made for a particular object should be of type non-static. Launch application, all utility classes, functions should be of type static. Your project-related library classes, functions should be of type non-static. We created an app utils class with launch app, close app function. We created some RNHRM library classes. Login function, is admin module displayed, is error message displayed, is employee module displayed, is employee registered successfully, user registration successfully. We created some library classes and we have implemented test cases first. First, we have started implementing the test cases using only Java and Selenium. Inside the main method, we used to call each and every time, we used to call launch app in every test case. We used to call close application in every test case. Later, I have discussed about a topic called TestNG, a free open source testing framework which is used to simplify the automation test development. What are the major features of the TestNG? Annotations, assertions, reporting features, and test suite. So what are the various annotations available in the TestNG? @test, @before test, @after test, @before suite, @after suite, like this. Any method marked using @test annotation will be executed, no main method required, no need to make an explicit call. A method marked with @test annotation gets executed, then TestNG produce appropriate results, pass, fail. When the code executed successfully, no errors, pass, otherwise fail. But without comparing expected and actual, we cannot consider the test results. So every test method must contain an assertion. TestNG provided an asset class. Asset class provided asset true, asset false, asset equals, used to compare expected and actual. In every test method, we must insert an assertion to compare the expected value and actual value. That results will be agreed and acceptable results. Before executing every test case, after executing every test case, I need to run something constantly. We can configure with before the test and after the test. We have implemented like that. Launch app we configured with before the test. Close application we have configured with after the test. After building a suite, what is a suite? A collection of test cases. Something I want to run before the suite, something I want to run after the suite, we can configure with before the test and after the test. We have created many times, we have created the test suites in every framework. If you want to supply the data from the test suite to the test cases, we have a concept of parameterization. TestNG parameters we have discussed. And we have discussed how to access the parameter from the test cases. And we have implemented our first automation test framework, TestNG modularity framework. In RHRM application, what we have did, we created all independent classes. We created first independent test cases. Admin login test case, employee registration test case, user registration test case, user or employee login test case. After implementing 4 independent test cases, we grouped all 4 test cases together. When I run a suit, all test cases will be running one after another. Also, we have discussed how to skip a test case from execution, enabled equal to false, or we can comment the test case in the suit file. And also we have discussed about the order, priority order. By default, they will be running in alphabetical order. Using a priority value, we can configure that. So TestNG related features we have discussed, and we have implemented the first framework, TestNG framework, TestNG modularity framework. But here, whenever I want to test a functionality with multiple sets of inputs, every time I need to change the values in the testng.xml file. Change the values, execute. Change the values, again execute. Change the test data and again execute. Instead, next we have discussed about the next one, data-driven testing. First, we have learned Apache Poi. What is Apache Poi? A free library, a free Java library used to interact with MS Office documents. In Java programming, if you want to automate Microsoft Office file operation, we can use Apache Poi. Workbook, sheet, row, cell style are the interfaces. The Apache Poi supports working with both old version and also current version. HSSF implementation for old version, XSF implementation to work with the new versions. And we have discussed about some programs, how to copy Excel workbook into the Java memory using file input stream, how to add a sheet, how to copy the file present in the Java memory into the required location using file output stream. Then we have discussed about some workbook related operation, sheet related operation, counting the number of rows in a sheet, counting the number of columns in a row, reading the data from a sheet, writing the data into a sheet. If there is no data present, when you are trying to fetching, you will get a null pointer exception. How to handle that null pointer exception we have discussed. After learning all this Excel related operation, in every program, whenever I want to fetch the data from Excel, rather than writing lot of code again and again, we created a Excel utils class. After creating Excel utils class, using app utils class, Excel utils class, and library classes, we have developed automation test case in a different way, data-driven testing. To test the functionalities using multiple sets of inputs, we have implemented data-driven framework. This modularity framework, data-driven framework, put together is called hybrid framework. We have implemented hybrid framework for the RHRM project. So in an Excel sheet, we decide what are the test cases you want to rerun. It will run and update the results in the same Excel. Then we have discussed about the Cucumber. In Agile Model project, we are documenting our test approach in a simple English. Once it is approved, this we are converting into the step definitions and test runner classes. We have seen some options about the Cucumber framework. And then we have discussed about some miscellaneous topics like this, what is the use of Maven, Jenkins, and GitHub. So this is what we have learned in our this entire training. These many topics we have discussed. I told you if you are a fresher, up to TestNG is enough for you. If you are giving experience, definitely you have to say today, one project I worked on hybrid framework, one project I worked on Cucumber framework. Definitely experienced person need to have the complete knowledge about whatever we have learned. Initially, this subject is enough to start your career. Once you started, according to the project situations, we need to go for adaptive learning mechanism. Understand the point? Even today also I will learn something. IT meaning next version is coming, we have to see what is available in the next version. It's not fixed. Mathematics is a fixed subject. A plus B whole square after 100 years also same formula. But IT is not like that. Correct? Tomorrow you are getting 4.3. Day after tomorrow you get 4.4 version. After 6 months you get 5.0, Selenium 5.0 version. So we have to explore what, what are the new features given in the 5.0. Where this can be used. Then we have to start. So IT meaning every day you have to learn. Okay, every day meaning projects demands. Let's say you started writing some code, you encountered a new issue. I don't have a solution to handle this. Then we need to Google, we need to explore how to handle this kind of new component. There will be some solution that we need to implement. To start your career, this is more than enough. Once you started working on the real-time project inside your company, based on the current situations, you need to explore and do the work. Don't think a person who is joining in a company or who is already working in a Selenium will have the complete knowledge about the Selenium. No, never, not at all possible. With the overall idea about the Selenium, we can start. When writing the code, you face different exceptions. You will encounter different challenges. We need to explore what is the solution and we have to go. Because technology, programming is not a fixed subject. Coming to Java, you know, thousands of classes available. 26 million APIs available for Java. Will you learn everything? Your 100 is also not enough. Fact. Technology, we don't need to even learn everything. What is required to start? Now you have to start your career. It's enough. Once you started, according to your project situations, if something is more required, no need to take trainings again. Just you explore. Now you have some knowledge to start, right? Once you started working, you encountered a new challenge, a new situation. Google or expert how to do this and you have to go proceed further. You know, in the company, senior people also will sit with the junior people. This my code is not working. Will you be able to resolve it? Because no senior person also master for a technology. Got it? Right. So do you have the confidence on the Selenium? You
Yes,
give,
sir.
see, it's more than enough. Okay? You just check out with your friends who is working already in Selenium, not learning. You just check out with your relatives or friends who are already working in Selenium. Okay? This is the knowledge I have. And take the feedback from them. If you ask them, do you know about Cucumber? That person will say, I never worked on Cucumber framework, so I do not know about Cucumber. My current project, we are going for hybrid, so I know only hybrid. I do not know about the Cucumber. As it is a learning, we have explored A to Z concept. When it comes to reality, we don't use all these kind of concepts. Frameworks, any one framework we opt, not all the frameworks. But we have explored all the frameworks. Right? I'll do one thing. Give me 2-3 days of time. I'm just editing some document like in Selenium interview FAQs. Within 2 or 3 days, I'm going to upload that exercises into our LMS. Quizzes I'm going to upload. There is a mock test options available in the LMS. Okay, just another 10-15 questions are pending. Let me finish off it. Then I'll upload it into the LMS. You can have a try. Like interview preparation it is. The question will have multiple answers. You need to choose the right. It will show you. And me also not needed. After attending the 40 questions, it will show you what are right, what are wrong, why this question is wrong, what is the right answer, why this is the right answer. In such a way, I am preparing it. Without any support, you should be able to continue further. In that way, I am preparing. If copy paste will take hardly 10 minutes for me. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm creating exercises in a different way. Without any support, you should be able to follow the exercises. Okay, but it's taking lots of time because of the video or whatever it may be. So within maximum 4-5 sessions, 4-5 days, I'm going to upload, I'm going to finish off it. Okay, right. And so as of now, we have about 2 HR department people working. This week, I'm hiring another 3 HR people. Okay, and for everybody, you get a call from our HR. Every student, individually, you get a call from our HR department. Resume preparation, we are planning the best process to make more placements, like a US staffing, you know, domestic first time I'm introducing kind of stuff. Resume preparation, resume marketing, everything from our end. Even our people will apply the jobs in behalf of you. Because the major problem what we have observed, some people do not know how to even modify the resume as per the job description. Simply what student will do, will be having one resume. Correct? You will be having one resume. Any job, same resume you apply. Will not work out. Generally, you need to study the job description. What actually they are expecting. We have to study the job description. As per the job description, if you updated your profile, immediately the interview will be scheduled. Here the problem is the student do not have much such kind of exposure or experience. That is the problem. HR people only will be having the idea about it, correct? So aggressively I am planning for that. Everybody you receive a call from our end. That is already clearly I have instructed to my people. Okay? I mean, if you wanted any further support for the placement, yes, we are here to support you. So I conclude here today, and so for 7:30 batch students, officially done because SQL also I taught for you already, correct? SQL also I discussed you, right? Yes, online team.
Yes, sir. Taught.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Right, then we'll connect one more time, but not even tomorrow. I mean, I said during the placement process or after uploading the interview preparation sessions into the LMS, I'll send again one more Zoom link to all the existing students. We'll connect for half an hour or 1 hour, maybe some Saturday, so something like that. We can proceed further. In between, from today I start, ask my people to aggressively start about the resume preparation kind of job. Already grooming sessions are given. Some basic guidelines are given, correct?
Yes, sir. Given.
Okay, you prepared, who said given? Nawaz.
No, yes, sir.
Right. Did you prepare your resume?
No, sir. I haven't prepared it
Mm.
because I want to completely go through thoroughly. I want to revise another two, 3
Subject.
times. Yes, sir.
Not required. You start.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you listen is more than enough, you start. Okay, 100% you can able to. Madam, you given any interview till now? No, you? You? Online people, please fairly answer me. How many of you have given interviews till now? Any interview you have attended, please raise your hands. Maheshwari, yes. Maheshwari, what about, are you able to answer the interview questions or not? Fairly tell me. Or anywhere you stuck up?
Yes, sir. I am able to answer in 2 question, Java question I stuck.
Only one Java question.
Yes, sir.
This what yesterday you asked me?
No, sir.
Okay, where you stuck up in Java question?
Sir,
But
they
all
given-
testing related questions you can able to answer, right? Manual and Selenium.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me Maheshwari, like where you have stuck up?
Sir, actually they given one string, input string A 3 times, then B, then C, then again D, E, and again D. And they want output like A3, B1, C1, D2, and then E1.
Okay, madam, leave it. Maybe the logic was not strike to you, correct? The
Yes,
logic,
sir,
the
actually
exercise
the
logic was
logic-
not strike to you.
Yes, sir, actually
It's not
logic
actually Java
style,
question,
but-
madam. Truly speaking, it is not a Java question, it is a question to the intelligence.
Sir, actually,
Logical
I'm
question.
also
It's not a Java question, it's a logical thinking. I mean, you able to logically think and able to define a solution to get it. Maybe this can be asked in Java or Python or PHP or in C also, correct? Okay then. Apart from that, any Selenium related question you are not able to answer. Or Mahesh, you answer me, what kind of questions you have received in your interview? Few questions, if you remember.
Sir, actually they are asking about locators, that cucumber. That time, sir, cucumber was not done, so I don't know that.
Okay,
And
locators. What about export?
Yes, sir, they ask like, sir, only they ask what are locators available and all, what the use of locators.
Then few more questions they asked in Selenium. I think you are not giving experience, correct? Mahesh, you are not highlighting any experience on your resume, I think, correct? Yes, Sairam. Will you share your experience with the interview? Will you able to answer manual or Selenium interview questions, Sairam?
Both manual and Selenium I given, sir. But coming to automation, they asked about BDD framework. And
BDD framework, nothing but Cucumber framework.
Yes, sir. BDD framework.
That's what, Mark. BDD, behavior driven development, shortly called BDD. This is nothing but Cucumber framework.
Okay, sir.
Don't think BDD framework is not something else. Actually, it is called BDD framework. We implement BDD framework in Selenium with the help of a Cucumber plugin. Hence, we call it as a Cucumber BDD framework. Like I said, TestNG modularity framework. BDD framework is not new thing. It is the name for Cucumber framework. Behavior-driven development. When I do this, I should get this. Application behavior-driven development framework, nothing but Cucumber framework. Okay, anything else?
That's
No. Any other questions what you have encountered?
only these questions. And about SQL, they asked about table.
Table meaning creating a table something or fetching the data from a table?
Creating tables, sir. Creating table. I don't
Creating
know.
table they asked you.
In SQL.
Okay. Right. What about Vinay? Vinay, please share your experience. I mean, what kind of questions you have faced?
Yeah, hi sir. I have put experience of 3.5 years of experience. They are mainly giving scenarios like find an XPath by giving some scenario, and also they are mainly focusing on frameworks, sir.
Okay. Okay. XPath you are able to answer?
Yeah, I'm able to answer, sir. Sometimes I'm not able to answer.
Maybe you encountered any question related to XPath which was not covered in. What kind of question they asked actually?
Yeah, they are giving some website like QA tools. In that website, they have given some scenario to find an XPath for that.
Okay. Okay, frameworks related questions?
Oh, frameworks, they are mainly focusing on BDD framework, sir. They are asking about feature file, step definitions.
The BDD framework, nothing but Cucumber framework. Will you be able to answer the questions related to the BDD Cucumber?
Yes, sir. I'm able to answer that.
And thank you. What is the results finally? Selected, not selected?
No, sir. They are mainly focusing on Java programs. I'm not able to work on that.
No, I mean Java programs meaning what kind of Java programs?
Yeah, they are giving some string operations and perform multiple different operations on string. They are giving.
So you need to you people need to work out on some programs, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I come to you. Navita, you please answer. Navita, what's your experience on your interview?
I gave interview as a fresher, sir. So they are asking what is Selenium and Java concept like Java keywords, polymorphism, sir. But I did not answer method overloading and method overriding.
Method overloading is simple, I have explained. But method overriding, I was not explained.
I was attending the interview last month, sir, March. So that time I don't know.
Okay then. Right. What about Swaroop?
Yes, sir. I put the 3.5, sir.
Okay.
I got from the manual and the Selenium. I faced the both questions, sir. Interview like what is automation testing, what is the testing, and what is the XPath, and find element, and implicit wait like that, sir. And I faced the one question like breakpoint and start points, sir.
Okay, that is debugging related. Starting point. Okay. Okay. Actually, in any programming, we have a concept of debugging. Supposing I've created 10 lines of code. When I run the code, I'm getting some error. I would like to know where exactly the error is coming. We'll insert a breakpoint. You have to go for debugging mode here. I'll do one thing. I'll record a short video about the debugging concept. I'll send to you. I'll make a short video about the debugging, how to debug the Java programs, and I'll send to you. Okay? And better, I need to put more effort. I have to record some Java programs better to have your practice, correct? In the LMS, as we have a facility of LMS, if I record some Java programs, frequently asked Java programs in interview, if I put it in LMS, that will be more beneficial for you, right? We'll do that. Only the time concept for me. Yes, madam.
Sir, they asked something about test buds also.
Test bed.
Yes.
Right. What is test bed?
Test environment.
Test environment is nothing but a test bed. Staging. Test environment is nothing but a test bed. See, it's an English word. Generally, the people may use some synonyms. Just a moment. While explaining, test execution process, I said, QA environment, also called staging environment. This also can be called as a very simple word, test bed. The database server, application server, the testers machines will have the access to the servers. Before I conduct testing on this test bed, QA environment, first we need to have a check whether the application is in a testable condition or not. Does the application properly deploy to continue further testing or not? Called smoke testing or sanity testing. Test bed, staging, QA, nothing but the project, the environment where the project is deployed for testing purpose. They use a word, test bed, nothing but test setup, test bed, QA, staging, all same meaning. Okay, we'll do one thing. Clearly, I'll give the schedule to you. You take a week time. You prepare all the questions. You prepare all the subject. We'll connect for 1.5 hours, maybe next Saturday, not this Saturday. You prepare, I'll send a Zoom meeting. You prepare it. Still, if you have any questions, post me, I'll answer. And also, by the time I share you some interview preparation questions to you via LMS. Okay? Right. Anyhow, I instruct my HR people from today. They will be connecting to you and for the placement support purpose. Clear about it?
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you. We'll do that. We conclude here because, some people are putting some experience. Some people need some more assistance about the projects and all. Yes. Let us, our people, will look into that. And we have made a new plan for execution of this because the people are going for practice and backdoors to avoid that. Ethical process we have defined, we'll explain that. Understand?
Thank you, sir.
Do not go for my suggestion, do not go for any proxies, backdoors, you will be the losers. Okay? Will not work out. You learn very strong content. Maybe a little preparation. Okay? Proxy meaning anybody can do. Why? A watchman also can do work with a proxy. Why a BTech profession required? A watchman I can also, in place of watchman I can do proxy. The watchman also can work. Then what is your education? What is your confidence? What is your self, this thing? Correct? Give the respect to our education, ourself, correct? Yes. Do not go for alternative methods. Alternative methods, when you are listen, will be beautiful, but will not work out. Simple ways will looks beautiful, but will not work out. Hard way will work out. Your parents' hard-earned money you should not waste.
Yes, sir.
Or your money or your parents' hard-earned money you should not waste. 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs backdoor will not work out. This is the maximum subject, enough. Put some effort, prepare well, and we also try to help you in order to make a career. Okay? Thank you. I stop here.
Thank
And
you, sir.
I'll
Hello,
upload
sir.
some interview preparation questions in our LMS. Yes, madam.
Sir, actually, sir, that I am, sir, in working, so I am not able to attend the grooming session because of timing. Sir, any possibility in morning?
Morning hours actually, in the next batch also evenings you cannot attend.
Yes, sir, actually, I am working 12 to 9 shift.
Okay. Because that the person who take the grooming sessions will be available at only evening hours because he's already working employee. Yes, my request is coming and working on 5 to 9 here. Is my old student actually. Okay. We'll try, madam. We'll assign. You do one thing. You please pass your contact number to Venkat. Venkat or Praveen. You please, you contact our coordinators, madam. They will guide you when the next batch is starting. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Sir,
somebody asking something. Yes,
sir,
somebody
I have
asking
one
something.
query.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I am already working in Infosys, and I, as a GIS engineer, which is non-IT domain.
I know about it.
Yeah. So, sir, I'm just trying want to put 2 years of manual testing and 1 years of automation testing experience. For that, I need to work on some live project. Real time project, and so that I can mention it in my resume for going further. So, what should I do?
Okay. Already you are working on GT process in Infosys.
Yes.
GT, right?
No, sir. It's a GIS engineer. It's a
The
non-IT.
designation GS engineer. Okay. The work what you are process following is, I think GT is the name for the work. Google testing, right?
No, sir. No, it's generally it's a mapping lines.
That's what.
Yeah.
No, actually the process is called GT. Okay, leave it. So you need,
What do you mean by GT, sir?
Google Maps testing process. Like an end user, we check actually.
You mean navigation, sir? No, I'm just working at in utility project, which is I understand it's a part of GIS, but I'm not working on that. I'm working as a utility engineer.
Right. No. There are previously many people have learned and they have converted from GT to the QA actually. They they work like an end user and test the Google Maps. Okay, leave it. And see, not only your name?
Suhashini Roy.
Right. Not only you, the people who are planning for some experience. I think somebody already doing the live project training here. Anybody doing here? Generally, I don't promote this kind of, again, one more training. As you ask, one second. Please, Nageshwar, stop your screen sharing. Nageshwar, stop your screen sharing. Venkat, right. See, lastly, how many of you are planning to put experience? Please do raise your hands here also. How many of you are planning to put experience? Oh. Good. Okay. Online people, please down your hands and now you answer me. Is anybody doing live project training here? The online people? Is anybody doing live project training?
Yes, sir.
You are doing, okay. See, we designed a program for 25 sessions, 25 days. That is exclusively for the people who are planning for giving experience. If you are a fresher, that is not at all required. What actually the program is, just to make you on a ERP project testing, because you need some more projects for your resume purpose. As Subhashini asked, Roy asked, I need some project for resume. I mean, is there any live project training program? So here, there is a 25 days of training program, 10 days for manual, 15 days for Selenium. What actually it is? What is testing? What is Selenium? What is find element? What is find elements? Nothing will be discussed. 10 days directly like a project, I mean, in a company, how your manager will assign the work in the same way the work will be assigned. 10 days you will be working on the manual project. 15 days you will be working on Selenium framework, Cucumber and Hybrid, only 2 frameworks. Completely the practical orientation for about 25 to 30 sessions. That is this program. If you are interested, I think, I mean, you can check our website. I do not know when it is. There'll be, every 15 days, there'll be one project training program will be there that you can attend. Really, for the people who are planning for experience, I recommend it.
Thank you so much, sir. Definitely,
Right.
I'll go for that.
Right. For the freshers, again, I'm repeating, freshers, you skip it. If you are a fresher not giving experience, this is more than enough. Even for experienced people also, if you are intelligent enough, it is enough. Or if you wanted more support from our end, like we'll show you. I do not know when it is. April 28, morning 8 to 9:30. Here we have this one. This you can join. Okay, right. Thank you, friends. I stop here today. And some people asked about SQL, but nobody is coming. How many of you wanted SQL select class session from my end? Please raise your hands. How many of you want to attend the SQL session if I take tomorrow? Okay. Then we'll do one thing. Tomorrow I'll take the SQL select class session. Okay? Thank you. We connect tomorrow again. Thank you, online team. We'll connect again tomorrow.